I thought the hardest day of my life was the day my wife asked for a divorce. I was wrong. The hardest day came 3 months later, when a DNA test arrived in my mailbox, and everything I believed about my marriage exploded. My name is Ethan. I was married to Rachel for 12 years. We had a 10-year-old son named Noah. At least I thought we did. For over a decade, I believed I had the kind of life most people wanted. A stable marriage, a beautiful home, a happy child. Sure, Rachel and I argued sometimes. What couple doesn't? But I never imagined our marriage was in danger. Then one Tuesday evening, she sat me down at the kitchen table. Her face was cold, almost rehearsed. I want a divorce. I laughed. I actually laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. The next few minutes felt like a nightmare. She claimed we'd grown apart, that she wasn't happy anymore. But something felt off. 3 weeks later, I learned the truth. My best friend Tyler posted a photo online. Standing next to him was Rachel, holding his hand. Tyler had been my friend since high school. He was the best man at my wedding, and apparently he had been sleeping with my wife. When I confronted Rachel, she didn't even deny it. She simply said, "I didn't plan for it to happen." That sentence hurt more than the affair. The divorce process started immediately. Rachel moved in with Tyler. The only thing keeping me going was Noah. He was my son. One afternoon, my lawyer called. "Ethan, I need you to come in." I drove to his office immediately. When I arrived, he slid a folder across the desk. Inside were financial records. Then he pointed to one specific document. Tyler and Rachel's relationship may have started much earlier than either of them admitted, possibly more than 10 years. Then he asked a question that changed everything. "Have you ever taken a paternity test?" I stared at him. The room spun. For days I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Eventually I ordered the test. I told nobody, not even Noah. The results arrived 2 weeks later. I remember standing by the mailbox, my hands shaking, my heart racing. I opened the envelope. I read the first line, then read it again. Probability of paternity, 0%. I dropped the paper. For 10 years I'd packed school lunches, attended soccer games, loved him. And according to the DNA test, I wasn't his biological father. I sat in my car for almost 3 hours, unable to move, unable to breathe, unable to process what I'd just learned. That night I confronted Rachel. I placed the DNA report on the table. "What is this?" Her face lost all color. She didn't deny it. She didn't argue. She instead started crying. And that's when I knew. She'd known all along. The truth finally came out. Years before our wedding, she'd dated Tyler. She was never certain who the father was and chose silence for 10 years. I felt sick. Not because of the betrayal, because of the lies. Every birthday, every family photo, built on a secret. The court became very interested, because Rachel had hidden information that affected legal and financial matters. The judge was not pleased. Months later, the divorce was finalized. Rachel moved in permanently with Tyler, the man who turned out to be Noah's biological father. But Noah called me 1 week after the divorce. His voice was shaking. "Are you still my dad?" I told him the truth. DNA doesn't decide who stayed up all night when you were sick. DNA doesn't spend 10 years loving a child. There was silence. Then I heard him crying. "So you'll still be in my life?" I closed my eyes. Always. Today Noah is 18. We still talk every week. We still celebrate birthdays together. Rachel and Tyler. They separated 3 years later. Relationships built on betrayal aren't exactly stable. As for me, I eventually moved on, found peace, and learned something important. Sometimes the most painful truths don't destroy you, they free you. The day the DNA test arrived, I thought I had lost a son. Instead, I discovered what being a father actually means. My wife lied to me for 12 years. The DNA test proved Noah wasn't my son, but it could never prove he wasn't my family.